everybody, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping in today and hanging out with me for a little while. So my last video, I told y'all I had a project I was getting ready to start, and the project isn't a build project or anything like that. It's a working project. Just less than a mile down the road from our farm, my cousin leases a farm that he keeps his cattle on during the winter and feeds them. And probably, I'm going to say 2 falls ago, the landowners had this property, what was wooded. They had it logged, and they did selective logging on it, and took the large hardwoods, but left all the smaller stuff. But with that came a lot of waste, and I'm going to take y'all around here today and just show you a little bit of what we're working on here. But I know it's really hard to see on video just the grasp of it, but there is trees, absolutely on top of trees everywhere. This one right here, I don't know if you can tell, but that's a little white oak that probably one of the tops that they logged took it out, and now you've got this huge white oak, perfect size for firewood right here. That's just, and here's another, looks like a red oak that top broke out of. Another red oak right here in front of us. Here's a little bit larger top. As you can kind of see, I mean, it's, like I said, it's been here for a couple of years, but you know, most of this stuff that's here was live when it was knocked down and fell, and most of it's been elevated. Here's one of the stumps left from where they logged. But man alive, it's just, I should have my butt kicked for not being over here sooner, because there is so much wood. And we'll get on the mule here in a minute and drive around up here to the top. But this is just here on the side of this hill. I mean, just look at this. There's tops everywhere. See right here, kind of where the ruts were from the skidder. But yeah, I mean, there is trees everywhere. And this is the first time I've been up here. Usually, you can see right down there is the highway. Like I said, I've driven by this for going on 2 years now, and I should have my butt kicked for not being up here sooner. But I got with him, got permission to come up here, and told him what I was going to do. And he said, have at it. He said, there's enough wood up there for you to process the rest of your life. And I'm now that I'm up here, I'm kind of starting to believe him. Yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, I don't think there's any way possible that I can get this wood out of here before it rots, which is very unfortunate, because I mean, from what I can tell, it's all good hardwoods, white oaks, red oak. I think this one right here, you can definitely tell this was probably the top out of one of the trees that they logged that broke off here, and just wherever it fell, that's where they left it. But anyway, that's where we're at. See right here, this was a big oak they took down right here. Just all up through here. There's another big oak they took down. Looks like that one probably just uprooted when it fell, which it looks a little bit busted up, but there again, I'm hoping that once I start cutting into these, I'm hoping that they're they're still salvageable, which I feel they would be, because like I said, most of these were all live when they came down and weren't rotten. But let's get back down here to the mule, take a ride up on top, and see what's over there on the backside. So obviously I'm going to be pretty selective about what I cut here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the smaller stuff or the knotty stuff. I don't know how much of it I'm going to cut up in rounds and how much I'm going to cut up into logs and maybe haul them back to the house on a trailer. I'm just not sure. You know, once you get up here and you see what you've got to work with, and you know, just the magnitude of it, there's just a lot, you know, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to kind of go about this. Like they say, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? So I'm trying to figure out where my first bite's going to be, you know, and how to go about doing this, because of course obviously right now it's, you know, it's been raining, it's pretty muddy. I mean, it's really sloppy getting up through here. You know, my cousin's been feeding hay up here to the cows, and of course, you know, they get in here and work it down and bring the mud to the top. So you know, coming up that little hill right there, it was pretty slick. So you know, but I don't want to wait too long and let this stuff get real overgrown and be fighting that and just all that goes along with it. But I think I may start right here on this white oak right here. I think that's going to be my first tree, and just start kind of working up these limbs up till I get up to a point up there where it's just not worth the effort of cutting it up, you know, and then work up these three largest tops right here and just go from there. So I think that's what we're going to do this evening, and just give this a try and just see how this goes. It may be a lot of work for nothing. We'll see. I want to start on this white oak just because, you know, it's a lot more rot resistant than red oak. So I want to test the waters with this one and just see kind of what it looks like on the inside once I get it cut. So stick around and let's cut on this white oak here and see what we got. So here's another section of this where they brought the cutoffs from the logs and basically just piled them up right here and left them. I'm assuming these were all from just the lengths that were longer than what they wanted, or had knots in them, or just whatever it was, it wasn't desirable at the log yard. So this huge pile right here that can be gone through. I mean, it's a lot of tangled up big rounds. Got a really nice little white oak log right here though that could be cut up pretty easily. But yeah, they're just all down through here, piled up. And of course, like I said, most of this is white oak and red oak, so it's all good stuff. See this one here they left, it's a pretty good sized round. Of course, it doesn't look the greatest inside, but yeah, either way, I don't know if I'm gonna mess with any of this stuff right here or not. It just depends on what the rest of this looks like. Like I said, this white oak log right here looks really good, but everything else is big and really hard to handle. But man, it's just a shame because that's a lot of wood that would have been nice to have had as soon as it was cut down. All right, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Got a pretty good load here on the mule. We'll take back, and like I said, we're just kind of feeling this thing out, seeing what it's going to give us. You know, if I'm gonna split this up and make sure that it's not punky or anything, but it looks to be really solid. Right here around the sapwood, looks a little spalted, but it's very solid. So I think definitely this white oak is still going to be salvageable. But I don't think that it's going to be good for much longer. So I need to try to get as much of this out as I can. Definitely this spring and the summer, as I don't think it would last another season, you know, fall to winter up here. It's just eventually gonna rot away. So like I said, I should have been up here a long time before this, and that's just one of those things. I should have asked and should have got up here sooner, but I didn't. But that's my fault there, because there's a lot of good wood up here that's for firewood use. You know, they of course took everything that was really good logs for, you know, lumber, but there's a lot of stuff they left up here that's good size firewood material. So we're gonna do our best to get all we can and not let it waste. But so look for a lot more content up here on the ridge, a couple farms down here. So we're gonna try to get down here as much as we can and cut some of this up and get it home and split. So I appreciate you sticking around with me through this. I know it was a lot of talking there at the beginning, but I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a overview of what we had here and what we're going to try to do. So I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. We'll see you.